Hello everyone, welcome to the Under-30 CEO series, where we meet with daring, unflinching, forceful and tenacious young people. They are achievers, men and women who will not settle for less. They are Under-30 CEOs. I am Cecilia Okeke and this is the Be Inspired show. Today, I bring this inspiration for your soul, Under-30 CEO Charles Amuchienwa. He is the founder of Velox Holdings, under which he has a Velox integrated rice company, and he's also the MD of Usis Nigeria, a polished tractor manufacturing company, which is patented under the Polished Stock Exchange. Charles has a niche for growing small businesses into mega ones, as well as buying failing businesses and catapulting them into limelight. So I met a couple of under-30 CEOs, and they're quite impressive. But when I met you, I think what blew me away was your knack for business and the agri sector. So I would like to know, did you always know that you were going to go into business, or fate just threw you along that path?
I would say fate threw me along that path.
Oh, really?
Yes, actually.
Why is that?
Why? When I was in uni, my second year precisely, I interned because in France, part of the curriculum is you must intern for 6 months. So I actually interned in a farm then because I couldn't find anything I wanted to do. I wanted to intern in an investment bank, but I was rejected. So my best option was a farm. But this farm was a major producing farm. It was about 2,000 hectares. But what sparked my interest was this farm used to grow grains, particularly wheat and barley. And it was a family-owned business. And the CEO at that point was probably the 6th or 7th generation CEO.
Wow.
So what I realized was the importance of food production and sustainability. So that gave me kind of my pathway into the food business, I would say.
Oh, that's interesting. So presently, how many businesses do you run?
Okay, we have 3. The holding company is Velox Holdings. Under there, we have a 100% owned subsidiary, which is Velox Integrated Rice Company. So what we do is we process rice. We're based in Kanu. We do about 15 tons a day presently. Yes.
That's a lot.
We're trying our best.
That's a lot.
We're trying our best. So the thing is, with the growing demand now, we actually can't even meet our own demand. Yes.
So how do you intend to grow this business so that you meet
the demand? Presently, this particular season now, we've designed a program to work with the local farmers around us. So we're trying to group them into cooperatives, so that way we can ensure high quality raw material, which is our paddy rice.
Okay. So I'd like to know, since you have all these businesses, you didn't tell me anything about your Usis.
Ursus, okay. Yes. I was keeping under the wraps. Actually, Ursus is a Polish manufacturing tractor company. They're presently listed on the Polish Stock Exchange. And the thing about Ursus is similar to my story about the grains. Now, Ursus is a company that has lots of history. They've been operating in Europe for about 183 years. Presently, yes. And they've had their full train to Africa. So currently, they're operating in Zambia, Tanzania, and Ethiopia. And they're looking at Nigeria like the next frontier, because I mean, if you compare all these countries, you can't even compare their food production to what we do here. So that was the whole idea, you know. And when I approached them and when we started discussions, initially the plan was just a supply arrangement. Like, okay, here in Nigeria, we look for people that want to offtake tractors, you know. But going to their plant in Poland, I realized a lot more things. And then after back and forth discussions, we finally came to an understanding of us establishing an assembly plant in Nigeria. Now, one thing presently that has been hampering us from production in Nigeria is mechanization. We lack in mechanization in the country.
Yes, for agriculture.
Yes, we don't have enough tractor to farmer ratio. It's bad. It's very bad here. And one of the issues we've had in the past as a whole is most tractor companies that deal here just deal on a supply basis. What you don't realize is the tractor come in here, and after a year, they break down. Servicing, maintenance, now that's...
And we don't have the skilled manpower to actually repair this equipment, do we?
For now, no.
Okay.
But one of the things we also have developed in our system is now, if you look at the agro space in Nigeria, I mean, 85% of the farmers are smallholder farmers, which means they're concentrated in deep rural areas. So now with our model here is, we have a model whereby for our servicing and maintenance arm, we actually have a system that's going to be a mobile servicing system. So now we're trying to deal with cooperatives, meaning collectively. So for instance, now we have a cooperative in Kano, right? Okay. We're discussing with this cooperative want to offtake X amount of tractors, but the assurance and the USP about us, we're assuring them is, in the long term, your cooperative is assured that spare parts and maintenance will be carried out. And
by the company?
By the company, of course. It's part of our ethos.
Okay. Yes. So what was the first business you founded or started, and how old were you when you started it?
The first business was in the mining sector.
Okay.
Yes, I think I was about 21. Yeah, me and my cousin, it was an experience, so to say. I think
we'd like to hear it.
Well, it's like right now, I've been to 22 states in Nigeria, right? And each state I've been to has been because of business. Prior to this, agriculture was mining, and with mining, we're focused on solid minerals, metals, lead and zinc.
So how did that first business go?
Wow. To be honest, it was going good, but what really halted us was insecurity in the north.
Okay, where were you doing the mining exactly?
In Jos, Wase. Jos. We're actually based in Jos for about a year. Like we had our camp there and we're living there.
Okay.
Yes.
So the insecurity was what made you...
It got to the point of, because with the team we had a team of expatriates, we had foreign investors. So when it kicked off, insecurity wasn't so bad. Okay. But at that point, minus the insecurity of the insurgents, there were actually issues, communal clashes. That's one thing. I would say the middle belt. The middle belt has this issue about communal clashes. So, it got to the peak that we realized that, look, we couldn't operate there anymore. It was just too dangerous. So we had to abandon...
And flee.
And I'll flee,
so
will I say.
So it was a loss?
Well, yes and no. Yes, capital was wasted, and no, because these licenses that we acquired are licenses that you get, like they have this system in Nigeria, so we actually have this license for 10 years.
Okay. People own a lot of businesses, make a lot of money, and they don't give back to society. So I'd like to know how you give back to society.
Okay, good question. Presently, we have 2 initiatives that we're about to roll out. One of them is called Project One.
Okay, what does that mean?
Sustaining women through agriculture in Nigeria. Yes.
Interesting.
Because one thing a lot of people don't realize about women is they play a critical part in the agri value chain, which is the production arm. So you empower them, you empower a whole ecosystem. Yes. So then our second initiative is the Velox Agri Club. You know what they say, if you want to catch kids, you catch them early. So the idea of the Agri Club is designed to empower and educate children through agriculture at a young age. So these are our 2 initiatives we presently have for our CSR arm.
So the idea is to actually catch them young?
Yes.
So that they come into the agri sector?
At least they understand better about the agribusiness. Because one thing, I'll use myself in particular, growing up in secondary school, fine, we had agriculture as a subject, but then, a lot of us just did that for a way to get out of the classroom. Okay. Yes, but it's important, like then, most of our parents made us realize that being in the service sector, like being lawyers or doctors or engineers, was the only way.
You're more profitable than...
Fair, but if a lot of us were educated better, and realize that there are a lot of things more that we could do with ourselves. So, and I feel agri is a sector that, if done properly, it can be sustainable.
But would I be correct to say that you've achieved this much, or you've come this far because you were born in the silver spoon?
Wow, I'll say that's a tricky question.
Tricky?
Yes and no, to be honest, because born with a silver spoon has just given the privilege to be exposed. It's based on the exposure. I've used it to my advantage. So it hasn't really directly impacted my business in any way. Because everything I've done, I pretty much say has been on my own. Like my first business, everything up until today, all my business has been solely done with myself and my team,
Someone out there who's from probably an average low class family is thinking to themselves, oh, he's an under-30 CEO because he has the money, he has the finances to actually start up a business and sustain it. I don't have that opportunity. So that's the reason. So do you have anything? Do you have an answer to people who think like that?
Yes, I do. I would say people that think like that are not doing their homework properly. Now, for instance, a lot of people don't realize out there, being completing your NYC and having your NYC certificate, that qualifies you to get a loan from BOI for 5 million.
Oh, I'm just hearing that.
Exactly. That means, so with agriculture, once is a concept that once you can prove is sustainable and scalable, and you do your research well, like you get money, I believe. And especially now with federal government are putting so much things in place for intervention funds, they're making it easier for young graduates and youth to tap into. So a lot of people just need to think out the box.
Okay. Someone out there is sitting in their 20s and just wondering, I want to become an under-30 CEO. How do I do this? What do you have to say?
I would say start small but think big. That no matter what your concept is, just make sure is feasible. A lot of people have ideas, but not a lot of people actually conceptualize their ideas and make them reality.
So how can they make the ideas
reality? From what you have on your pen and paper, your business plan, you go out there and make it practical. I'll use agriculture for example. A lot of people want to be farmers, so I would say you can't be a farmer and be in your desk behind your AC in your fancy office in wherever chilling. As exactly. So you have to go out there. Like, are you willing to go and live on the farm for 4 months? Are you? Exactly. That's the question you ask yourself. If you can't do that, then you're not ready. That's the truth. So once you can take that bold step and come out of your comfort zone, then whatever you face, you find a solution. But it's never what it seems on paper. When you get out there in reality, two different things entirely.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to say to people, Wharton?
I've had so much experiences myself personally, and I can tell you this for free. There's no shortcut to business, and what it seems on paper is never what it is in reality. And you must start. If you don't start, you can't be recognized. That's the truth. But once you start, a lot of things will follow. So I think, and also it's important that you follow your passion. That helps a lot. That's the truth. Because if you follow your passion, you realize that you're not chasing the money, but you're chasing your desire, and that really helps a lot.
Eventually, the money comes.
Yeah, and the money comes after that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm hoping I'm pursuing my passion because you talked about a passion.
Okay.
So I hope I'm pursuing my passion, and I hope the money starts rolling in very soon. Very soon. So guys, just remember, turn your passion into your portfolio. Be inspired. Thank you. Thank you guys. All right, this is the final question. This is the question everyone has been waiting for. This is how we ask. So Charles Amuchienwa,
yeah?
How old are you?
40.
No. He was just funking you. That's not true. This is the Under-30 CEO series. He just got me 40. So how old are you?
28.
28. So guys, you just met Under-30 CEO. Alright guys, I'm sure that was the answer you've been waiting for. You just met Under-30 CEO Charles Amuchienwa, and he is 28. I hope this inspires you to do more for yourself and for your society. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so there are no dress rehearsals in life. You just have one shot at it. So give it your best. I am Cecilia Okeke, and it's Be Inspired.